Late at night in a quiet Virginia town, two white cops pulled over a black woman, accusing her of a crime she didn't commit. What should have been a routine stop spiraled into a dark setup. But the officers didn't know their target wasn't just anyone. She was a CIA agent with the power to unravel their scheme. This story takes a shocking turn, exposing corruption and ending with a courtroom twist that shook the police department to its core. In Arlington, Virginia, the streets were silent under flickering streetlights. Maya Johnson drove her black SUV through a suburban neighborhood, her hands steady on the wheel. It was past midnight, and her undercover work was nearly done. As she approached an intersection, she stopped fully, her sharp eyes catching the stop sign's glint. Years as a field operative had honed her instincts. She turned left, then blue and red lights flashed in her rearview mirror, a siren piercing the night. Maya stayed calm, her training kicking in. She pulled over, turned off the engine, and reached for her license and registration. Two officers stepped out of the squad car: Officer Ryan Mitchell, tall with a square jaw, and Officer Paul Evans, shorter and stockier. Their badges gleamed as they approached. "Good evening, ma'am," Mitchell said, his voice authoritative. He shone a flashlight into her window, sweeping it across her face. "Know why I pulled you over?" Maya met his gaze evenly. "No, officer. I wasn't speeding, and I stopped at the intersection." Mitchell's lips twitched. "You failed to stop at that sign. That's a violation." Maya's brow furrowed slightly. "I'm certain I stopped," she said firmly. "License and registration," Mitchell cut in, his tone hardening. Maya handed them over, her movements deliberate. Mitchell studied her license, his scrutiny sharp. "Virginia plates, local address," he muttered, then louder. "You live around here?" Maya nodded. Evans, near the SUV's rear, called out, "Hey, Mitchell, check this out." Mitchell handed back her documents. "Stay in the car," he ordered, joining Evans at the trunk. Maya watched them through her side mirror, their low voices and shared glance sparking unease, not fear, but a warning. Mitchell returned, his expression grim. "Step out of the vehicle, ma'am." "Why?" Maya asked calmly. "We believe you're in possession of illegal substances," Mitchell said, his tone rehearsed. Maya's eyes narrowed. "Illegal substances? You've made a mistake." "We'll see," Mitchell said. Evans lifted the trunk, pointing to a small, unmarked bag. "What do you know? A bag of powdery goodness," he said with mock surprise. Maya's face stayed unreadable, but her mind raced. That bag wasn't there earlier, she was sure. This was a setup. "Anything to say?" Mitchell smirked. "I'll save my comments," Maya said, her faint smile calculated. Mitchell chuckled, mistaking her calm for arrogance. "You're under arrest for possession with intent to distribute." As Evans cuffed her, Maya said softly, "You're making a big mistake." Evans paused briefly before snapping the cuffs shut. "We'll see," Mitchell said, leading her to the squad car. Maya gazed out the window, already planning. The officers thought they'd scored an easy arrest, but they had no idea who she was. The ride to the station was tense, the only sounds the engine's hum and radio crackle. Maya sat cuffed, her expression neutral, replaying every detail. The fake stop, the planted bag, their smugness. This wasn't random, it was deliberate. Mitchell glanced at her in the rearview. "You don't seem worried," he said, mocking. "Should I be?" Maya replied, her gaze steady. Mitchell chuckled. "Brave or stupid? It won't last in a cell." Maya stayed silent. Men like Mitchell thrived on power, bending rules without consequence. For now, she let him think he was in control. The station was quiet, night shift officers lounging with coffee. Mitchell announced, "Got a big one tonight," as Evans tossed the bag onto the counter. "Caught her red-handed," Evans added. Maya noted the cameras, desk layout, and casual camaraderie, a small station where secrets thrived. At the fingerprinting station, Mitchell uncuffed her. A young officer, Alex Turner, asked, "Name?" "Maya Johnson," she replied evenly. "Occupation?" "Consultant," she said, vague but true. Turner hesitated, sensing something off, but continued typing. Mitchell and Evans laughed, oblivious. "Can I make my call?" Maya asked, her voice sharp. Mitchell's smirk faltered. "You've got a smart mouth," he said. "Let's see how funny you are after lockup." Her cell was cold, the metal bench bolted to the wall. Mitchell lingered. "You don't look the type for this," he said. "Courts love a sob story. Maybe they'll go easy." Or maybe they'll see through yours, Maya said, her tone edged. Mitchell muttered and left. Maya leaned back, exhaling. Her next steps had to be precise. She wasn't just fighting for freedom, she was exposing a larger corruption. The cell's quiet was broken by the HVAC's hum. Maya waited, her patience field-honed. Her team would notice her absence soon. For now, she played the calm detainee, observing officers' routines, radio crackles, computer beeps. Every detail mattered. In the break room, Mitchell and Evans laughed over coffee. She thinks she's untouchable, Evans said. Not even a flicker of panic. That'll change, Mitchell replied. She's just another name in the system. Nobody's digging deep. They didn't notice Turner lingering, his face pale. Something about Maya didn't sit right. She wasn't defiant or scared, just calm. The bag was too convenient. He kept quiet. Questioning seniors was risky. Dawn's light crept into Maya's cell. She hadn't moved, her mind sharp. Voices drifted from the hallway as the station woke. A buzz signaled the cell block door. Evans appeared, clipboard in hand, smirking. Morning, sunshine. Sleep okay? Maya met his gaze silently, unsettling him. Bail hearing this afternoon, he said, tapping his pen. Judges don't like traffickers. Good to know, Maya replied. Evans frowned, stepping back. Enjoy breakfast, he muttered, leaving. Maya smiled faintly, their cracks were showing. At the front desk, Turner watched Evans, his unease growing. Maya's calm wasn't normal for someone facing trafficking charges. He pulled her file straight forward, but her consultant job was vague, flagged with no details. Frowning, he scanned Mitchell and Evans' arrest report. Stopped for failure to yield, nervous behavior, consented to search, drugs found. Too tidy, too scripted. Turner's doubt grew. Maya made her move, triggering a hidden tracker in her jacket's HEMA-issued beacon. Her team would receive it. In the break room, Mitchell and Evans laughed. She's thinking we'll crack, Mitchell said. They always think they can talk their way out. Slam dunk, Evans added. No witnesses, airtight evidence. A phone buzzed in a nondescript office. Signal received, a voice said. Location confirmed. Deploying. Maya leaned back, eyes closing briefly. The gears were turning. Her team was mobilizing. The officers had no idea. The station hummed with morning activity reports, calls, coffee chatter. For Mitchell and Evans, it was a victory lap. Maya sat still, blending into the background, waiting for visibility's moment. Her signal had gone out hours ago. Timing was critical. Turner's eyes flicked to the cell monitors. Maya's patience gnawed at him. He paced near her cell, finally speaking. Miss Johnson, did you consent to the search? What do you think, Officer Turner? She asked, studying his doubt. I'm just doing my job, he faltered. That's what they're counting on, Maya said. Turner flushed, retreating, but her words lingered. He opened past case files on Mitchell and Evans' similar patterns. Minor violations escalating to drug charges, mostly against people of color, most convicted. His stomach churned. In Arlington, a black sedan parked outside a plain building. A suited man, Agent Michael Reed, stepped out with two agents. ETA on extraction? One asked. When she signals, Reed said. We watch. In an operations room, station feeds showed Maya in her cell, still, and Turner pacing. The kid's cracking, an agent noted. Good, Reed said. We'll use it. Mitchell paced the break room. Keller acting weird, he asked Evans. Kid's jumpy, Evans shrugged. What's he gonna do, rat us out? Keep an eye on him, Mitchell said, unease flickering. Turner sat at his desk, Maya's file open. Her words echoed. They rely on people like you to look the other way. He opened a secure email, attached Mitchell and Evans' case files, and wrote, Something's wrong in this station. Please help. He hit send, heart pounding. The station's air grew tense. Turner approached Maya's cell. You said they're counting on me. What did you mean? You know, Maya said. What are you going to do? Turner stared, then walked away, her words a shadow. In the operations room, Reed smiled at Turner's retreat on the monitor. He's close. One more push. The station fell silent as FBI agents entered, led by Reed, their badges gleaming. Reed leaned over the desk. Federal investigation. We need records and cell access. The desk sergeant hesitated. Fine, he muttered, leading them. Turner froze, his email likely triggering this. Mitchell and Evans whispered, their laughter gone. Mitchell's eyes locked on Turner, who looked away. In an interrogation room, Reed's team plugged into the station's network, pulling files. Plenty, a tech agent said. Inconsistent arrests, identical narratives, procedural gaps. Systemic. Pull everything, Reed said. Maya felt the shift her team was here. Mitchell paced the break room. This about her? Evans asked. Of course, Mitchell snapped. Why else are the feds here? You think they know? Evans said. There's nothing to know, Mitchell said, unconvinced. Reed approached Mitchell and Evans. We need to speak with you, he said. The room hushed as they were led to interrogation. Turner watched, heart pounding. An agent opened Maya's cell. You're free to go, he said. Maya stood, nodding, and walked out. Passing Turner's desk, their eyes met. Thank you, she said quietly. Turner nodded, gripping his desk, feeling purpose for the first time. In interrogation, Reed faced Mitchell and Evans. Start with the arrest report or the planted evidence, he said, sliding over photos of them with the bag before Maya's search. Timestamps show otherwise. We have audio from her device your talk about framing her. You can't use that, Evans sputtered. Entrapment. It's justice, Reed said. Dozens of your cases have similar patterns. You're not walking out today. Mitchell's bravado crumbled. Evans buried his face. Turner confirmed station processes, feeling their glares. Reed approached Maya at the entrance. We've got everything. Your work's done. Make it stick, she said. It will, Reed said. Maya stepped outside, the air crisp, justice served. Carter and Evans were let out in cuffs, defeated. The station buzzed with murmurs. Days later, their arrests headlined news. Charges against Maya dropped, and their cases reopened. The station faced an overhaul, officers resigning. Turner, a whistleblower, faced mixed reactions but stood tall. Weeks later, Maya sat on a park bench, coffee in hand, autumn leaves falling. Reed joined her. You could have handled it differently, he said. And missed their faces? Maya smirked. No thanks. They sat in silence, the weight of their work lifted. News spread, police corruption exposed. Carter and Evans pled guilty, receiving long sentences. Their cases were overturned, innocents freed. The scandal spurred reforms. In a diner, Maya met Turner. I wasn't sure you'd show, he said. You earned this, she said. Not many would have done it. I don't know if it made a difference, he said. It did to those they hurt, and to you, Maya said. What's next? I move on, she said. Always another fight. Months later, in her apartment, Maya packed for her next mission. Her phone buzzed. Ready for the next one? Reed asked. Always, she said, stepping into the evening. The fight ongoing but justice, for now, served.